My name is Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I am in Carbondale, Illinois. I am still under attack by Scientology. So they have possession of my upper dimensions, of my soul. They have cut my soul off and they have possession of it. So I am still in my soul. Even if it's been removed, I am still connected to it. It is still a part of me. I still experience everything it goes through. So if they stick something inside of it, I feel it. I mean, it goes through me. And that's what they're doing. So right now, for a full explanation of what's happening and what Scientology is, refer to my other videos. I have to explain or report criminal activity. They're messing with the top part of my brain in the upper dimensions. So they have my biology up there. My soul's cut off. They have my brain removed, apparently, or the top of my head cut off or something. They have gained access to the top of my brain. And they have applied some kind of technology to it. So we have these neurons on the top of our brain in the upper dimensions that somehow connect to memories. And they apply a technology to it, some kind of implants or some kind of treatment or some kind of technology. Yeah, they apply technology to it. And it allows users of this technology to see each other's memories. They can look at memories sort of like looking at a book. Yeah, and it's extremely intimate and complex experience. So that you get to experience that memory. You get to feel what the owner felt when he made that memory. Our memories are very complex. Like we can feel, smell, taste, touch, sight. They all make all of these sensory perception organs create a memory. And this technology allows them to experience each other's memories. So they can look at memories like a book. They are treating my memories like a commodity. My brain tissue like a commodity because of this technology. Because I'm an author. I am part Native American. I'm part Caucasian. I am an author. I write literature. I create ideas and invent things. I have a high level of knowledge. And I'm a big influencer, Class A personality. So these body snatchers covet my biology. They covet body parts, especially brain tissue. So I guess now let me explain Scientology a little bit. And as simple as I can, simply as I can. So humans have a soul. We have biology in the upper dimensions. That means we have body parts attached to us that you can't see. They are attached to you, but they are upper dimensional or interdimensional, extra dimensional. They reside within the extra dimensions. They are attached to you. You actually use them while you are alive. So every biological function we have requires a soul attached to us, requires extra dimensional biology attached to us. You can't cut it all off while you're alive or you would die. So we utilize this extra dimensional biology first while we are alive. And then if we are healthy enough and intact and capable of survival, we have a chance of going into outer space in the afterlife. Under optimal conditions, humans blast off into outer space upon death. When we literally blast off so hard, we blast a hole in the ground. We pull all the particles around with us. So we take the air and the ground and even whatever our surroundings is. Under optimal conditions, we blast a hole or it's like implosion. We pull a hole into outer space under optimal conditions. Blast off in outer space. And we become Anunnaki. Outer space creatures, magical, spacefaring humanoids, humans. humans in outer space. We gain a very protective outer covering and a head covering that has two horns that point straight up. We are magical creatures. And we have short arms and big hands when we have gigantic hands, huge hands. We're all hands. And we have these big 12-dimensional eyes, huge eyes, and a head covering, and a protective outer layer. And you can see the features of the human that owns this soul. You can see their features in the face. You can tell what they look like on Earth. You can tell what they look like while they are among the living. Yeah, you can tell who it is. But we are big, robust outer space creatures. And we go into outer space upon death and participate in creation. We have magical abilities, telekinesis. We can move matter around with our mind and our nervous system. We use our hands and our eyes and our brain and our horns. And we're magical. We move matter around using our body. Telekinesis. And we can also can control energy types such as electricity. We can pull a lightning bolt out of the cloud. Bam, pow, with our hands. Pow. Make a lightning strike the ground in the afterlife. Pow. And our magic blends into the third dimension or bleeds into the third dimension. So we can do magic even in the third dimension. The healthy ones, the ones that created this universe, back when the universe was young and healthy, human souls, we created the Earth and the solar system and planets. So we go up there, and the longer we're out there, the bigger we get. But as long as we are whole and intact, as long as we are true Anunnakis, the longer we are all powerful, magical creatures. So we go into outer space and we take hydrogen, or we create balls of gas using our magic, and we make big balls of hydrogen and create suns. Boom! It ignites, and then we work on that sun, sending it even more elements until it goes supernova. Boom! And it creates even more elements. So that's what creates elements: suns and supernovas. The chemistry and physics of or astrophysics, astrophysics. And then we take those elements and we create solar systems, a new sun and new star systems, and new planets, ice planets and gas planets and rocky planets. And then we seed those planets with even more elements. Boom, water. Boom, gold. We Anunnakis created our gold. We don't need Earthlings' gold. They made our gold. They give us gold and platinum and even more water ice and all the elements. Earth got all the elements of the periodic table. Earth is blessed. And that's the reason why life is so robust here, because Earth has, 118 atomic weights or atomic elements on the planet? 119 elements. That's a lot. Or maybe even more than that. My physics and chemistry that's not my main area of study, but I have a little bit of basic understanding. So yeah, we create planets, solar systems, and seed these planets with elements, and then create primordial soups on these planets. And using magic, we help life develop out of these primordial soups. And then we stay with this life every step of the way and help it evolve using magic. So we have powerful eyes and magical abilities, and we can see biologies on the molecular level. Our eyes allow us to see on the macro and micro scales, so we can see down to the molecular level. And we can modify genetic material and shape DNA and change DNA. To some extent, there are laws that govern the universe. We can't make a person grow wings and shoot off in the third dimension. It takes time and expression, and generations of offspring, and we develop over time and help this life. Anunnakis help these organisms develop into higher beings, and so is true for humans, and so is true for the Earth and our solar system. As far as the origins of the universe, it is still an unknown to me. However, I know humans created themselves within this field of that harbors life. And this exists because time travel is possible. So according to the sciences, and this is a reality, this is the truth, time is not just linear. Time is also simultaneous. That means the past, the present, and the future all happen simultaneously. That means the future of the universe is happening in this moment, and so is the end of the universe. It is happening at the same time. And this becomes apparent in outer space, in the afterlife, in the upper dimensions. This phenomenon or this law becomes apparent. And when you go up there, the farther away you get from the third dimension, the more apparent it becomes. And the bigger you get, the more you can see. And you can interact with the universe in this way. And if you're an Anunnaki, you have the abilities to at least create life in the universe. So that means the humans that have gotten off and have went to outer space and have created Anunnakis, the ones that did go to heaven, especially when the Earth was young. So I'm thinking about between 6 and 10,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago. So the universe, or at least the Earth, has been in creation, in process of creation for the last 15,000 years, 20,000 years, probably 30,000 years. We've had Anunnakis getting off Earth, from my observations and my best guess. Now I'm assuming some human souls that went to heaven, they could do the task, they could do the job of creation, participate in creation and succeed. That's how we exist. So humans created themselves. And it's possible they did create the universe also. Origins are still unknown to me. But that's a hypothesis. And I do have some hypotheses and experiments uh, on this subject that I would like to discuss at a later date. But it's too fragile of a and too important of a field of study. Yeah, kind of like the dark arts. You don't want to mess with it, especially. And these people don't need to mess with it. These are twacked out fucking Scientologists. So now I've got a problem with Scientology. So that's the creation story. So humans have a soul. That's apparent. Scientologists, they cut their souls off while they're still alive or have it removed by another Scientologist. And they stick a technology in his brain. And this allows them to drive their souls around while they are still alive. But it's a sick, disturbing, or sick, dysfunctional version of what it normally would have been. And now they're missing body parts, so they're even sicker. Now they got brain damage, they're even sicker. It don't make no fucking sense to me. But this is probably part of the problem and part of their story, or part of the story. So they get to go in outer space now, where we participate in creation, where we are creating the universe. And they don't give a fuck about the universe. They don't give a fuck about participating in creation. See, they cut their souls off and they converted it into an alien, an alienoid. They turned their Anunnaki into an alien. All kind of modifications, Borg technology, implants all in his brain. And our souls come in multiple biologies. I mean, you can get 3 or 4 biologies that look like humanoids, complete humanoids, but they're skinny. They're not as robust and as thick and as tank-like as the Anunnaki. Skinny humanoids, aliens, alienoids, and they look alien in appearance. And they had so much fun cutting their own off. And yeah, they think it's required to go to heaven. They think they treat it as a religion and a science, and they enforce it upon the rest of the people. So they had so much fun cutting off their soul, they come and cut your soul off too, because they can drive your soul too. It's another body, another biology form. Biologies are valuable to these people, important alien forms, especially if they get addicted to people and attracted to people, and they steal biologies from people, using that as an MO or an excuse. They take people for rape and attraction purposes. So I have a problem with Scientology. They cut their souls off. People I shared the planet with today. July 30th, 2026. They are alive and sharing this planet with me in this very moment. People that are among the living. Dead people don't talk to the living. So people that are among me, my fellow Earthlings, some of them are driving aliens onto my location and stealing body parts. Yeah, they're cutting my Anunnaki off. They cut my Anunnaki off. Scientology to create a surrogate. Scientology cut my biology off to create a surrogate. And for transplant purposes, and not only is it organ theft, it's also kidnapping because I'm still in my soul. It's still attached to me. It's still a part of it. So there's this entanglement property between our third dimension and our extra dimensions. If you remove a piece of extra dimensional biology, no matter where you take it in the universe, you are still entangled to it. This is never supposed to happen in a million years. Never, ever, ever, ever in a million years is this phenomenon supposed to occur. Never. Anunnakis take everything with them. They go so hard into outer space, they take the fucking ground with them. And the bed they was sleeping on when they died. That's how hard they go. And they take everything with them when they die. They don't get a piece cut off. They don't get a piece of the upper third three dimensions missing. That's going with them. Yeah, it's a small piece of the earth. We're still little. While we're humans, we're still little people. Humans are small compared to outer space creatures, the gods and devils. There are gods and devils among us. So these Scientologists are twacked out of their fucking heads. They didn't even know how the universe came into existence. They actually claimed credit for it. They said we created the universe. They can barely fly anymore. Most of them have to be carried around, put places by other ones that have gotten big. They can't barely do magic anymore, especially third dimensional magic. And they grow to massive proportions. Something about getting your soul cut or the upper dimensions of your soul being separated from the rest of it, and still being alive at the same time and running energy through it, and some kind of treatment they use, their souls grow to massive proportions. Huge, as big as the universe, or half the size of the universe. Huge, the size of galaxies and the size of the universe. And then they walk right through our star fields and shit, and it cleaves all of our matter. It removes the extra dimensions out of our star stuff, out of our matter. And then they're up there time traveling. Yes, and breathing the nether. No, Anunnakis do not eat humans. They breathe the nether. They drink water. They breathe they eat elements and the gases. There's some kind of divine food source. It's either divine or it might be from Earth, or it's some kind of divine food source. A vapor. It's a black vapor, a fume or a vapor, or a very light liquid. It's in between a gas, and it's dark. It's black, a black gas, and it's heavy, but it's drinkable. When we have special mouth parts, we have these cartilaginous or soft mouthpiece. They're like another set of lips, but I don't know. They're extra dimensional, and they're like cups. It's like taking water, scooping water up like this, and they drink it in. Yeah, and someone come out their cheeks. I have never dissected an Anunnaki, but I have seen it done. That's what Scientology does. They dissect Anunnakis and stick technology inside of them and then drive them around. That's how badass the Anunnakis are. You can chop them into pieces and turn them into little remote control humans, little remote control aliens. And that's how the universe got destroyed. Or that's how we lost our magic. And we don't have any big Anunnakis left. As far as I know, the creators of the universe and the creators of our planet, the creators of the human race, are deceased. They are no longer alive, both neither on Earth nor in outer space. They are ancient humans, indigenous and ancient humans, Middle Eastern, Central Americas, the Americas. Uh, I'm not sure about China, but it appears Africa, China, or mostly Africa and the Americas is mostly where uh, our humans came from that participated in creation. Yeah, it appears that Scientology came out of Europe through Christianity. And this event, what they're doing to me, this created Christianity because time travel exists. These Scientologists are time traveling, and they wanted to get the world used to worshiping a martyrdom. They call it martyrdom, but it's not. Scientologists have these victims over and over and over again of body snatching and kidnapping and rape, torture, murder, mutilation, sending people to hell, taking life, terrorism. This is Scientology. Scientology created the Christian language, and let's think about it. In ancient times, some people started hearing voices and seeing big humans in the sky, being big humanoids, with beards and shit. That's a Scientology practice. They can make they can make humans in outer space. Humanoids are human-looking organisms. That's one of your alien forms. So you get a human alien, a remote-controlled human in outer space. That's a Scientology practice. And hearing voices, that's Scientology's tech. So they got to install technology in your brain to make you hear voices. And get them to worship terrorism, like casting plagues and shit. Yeah, then flooding the earth, which probably did happen, but that was probably a Anunnaki. We needed our water. We even need even more water. We probably need a couple more comets and a few more. We need some more water ice. We need more water on the planet. We need to flood her again. That's why we'll build arcs. Build a whole bunch of arcs. First we'll set a mountain down. Everybody can go live on the mountain while we flood the earth. Yeah, set a bunch of mountains down. Every nation gets a mountain. We'll live on top of the mountains. We'll flood the earth for a while, and everybody goes fishing for about a century and create a new atmosphere. And watch the comets fly in, hit the earth. Watch the tsunamis pass by. Yeah, that's a Anunnaki. That's type of stuff Anunnakis do. They created the life on this planet, and they're responsible for the life on this planet. And Scientology's cutting it all to fucking pieces. Now, when I say Anunnaki, I do not necessarily mean Anunnaki. The humans that existed in Sumeria, but those are one. Those are them. Those are one. But they ain't the only ones. And I've been to outer space. We call the human soul Anunnaki. In its optimal form, or its optimal existence, our best ones, and the ones wearing horns, are Anunnaki. No, they don't necessarily get the biggest. Our creators wasn't the biggest organisms in the universe. They were big enough to handle star systems and stars. But it's something about being heavy and still attached to the universe. You don't get that big. You stay heavy. You have a lot of mass attached to you. You took all of your dimensions with you when you went. You had dead people. We call them dead people. You're running on your own steam, on your own homeostasis. Your biology is keeping itself alive. These alien forms, these remote control aliens, they have an artificial energy source. They run electricity or electrodes into their body, and it gives them energy. And because of this entanglement property, they gain energy, and so they electrocute one of their forms and drive another one of them around. It gives them the energy to drive another one around, or something like this. Yeah, now they're threatening my animals. They're going to hurt my animals, which is what they've done to me. They wanted the body parts of me and my family. They were attracted to my genetics. I'm part Native American. I'm part Lakota. I'm part Lakota Native American. I'm also part Caucasian. Yes, my bloodline has seen into the spirit world. Most of Native American lore, Lakota's culture is true. It's a good, it is true. It might not be the complete truth, but it is true. Thunderbirds, thunder beings, they exist. Creatures of the upper realms, they exist. Star people even exist. So that's what they call the biggest ones, the upper layers. They get to be huge. And they're destroying the universe. I'm being harassed. Motherfucker. So this is how it started. I was kidnapped by Scientology. It appears to be the entire community. They have a hive mind technology, telepathy. And these people are both civilians and government employees. They utilize alien tech or extra dimensional technology. They cut their souls off and go to heaven while they're still alive. That's what Scientology is. The upper levels of it. The Freemasons, they use Scientology. Their upper level, or some of their upper level uh, members, like the 33rd degree Masons, they're responsible for the technology. Skull and Bones, they have access to the technology. These are the members that have had access to the technology for the longest. And I think that's where it came from. Freemasons brought the technology through the ranks and they gave it to modern humans, which created Scientology back in the 40s, 50s, 60s. And Scientology took the technology public, and then it got big, and then they used time travel to take it back in time and deposit it 6,000 years ago, 5 or 6,000 years ago, or longer. But it's been in, or this is where it came from. Jinn, yeah, they call it. I don't think there's a such thing as a jinn. What they're referring to is the jinn particle, which is hypothetical particles that are taken back in time. So that's a particle. So they're saying it's a jinn, meaning ideas or behavior or influence can happen no matter when in time it occurs. And this is from the beginning to the end of the universe. They are abusing this technology. Yeah, retards are gaining access to this technology. And on top of that, not only retards, but violent people. They are ignorant. Okay, ignorant people and violent people are gaining access to this technology. And it's making them sick. It gives them brain damage, soul damage, sickness. And then they hook themselves up to a machine and are influenced by machines and other people. They hook themselves up to other people too and are influenced by other people. He said, "This is what gets you brought down. This is the truth. They were going to hurt me anyway." Scientology has victims. Yeah, over and over and over again. They've been doing it since the 60s. Alien abductions, that's Scientology. Scientology's tech. The ones with lucid dreaming and hearing voices, telepathy, and being tortured and implants. And it's worse. So people around these Scientologists in the third dimension, we watch it happen. It's recorded. We have a rap sheet. Scientology has a jacket. Yes, and I'm not condemning anyone in the church, but there's a free zone within Scientology. The free zone, the government and civilian population, not affiliated with the church, but the church offers access to the technology too. So yeah, they hurt people bad. So Scientology, they take lives. They're taking over the world. They're forcing Scientology upon the public. Anybody with any kind of authority, influence, or power, or any kind of special abilities in which they desire to control, such as literature, the great minds, and yes, and scientists, especially scientists, and our media personnel. So they love entertainment professionals because they can send a message. It's about communication. They can tell these actors, you give them a script, and have these actors portray a message throughout time. They can time travel and do this because they know at 10 o'clock on Wednesday in 2020, this guy's going to be watching this movie, and at this certain time, we needed to say this certain line, with these certain words, and they can communicate like that. They communicate with me like that all the time. Everything I watch, read, everything. Yes, because I had to go to heaven before my time, at least in some capacity. Yes, and I'm a genius. They kidnapped another scientist. The government has kidnapped another scientist, and they're trying to capitalize off my works. And I have quite a few, and I have inventions or ideas worthy of a Nobel Prize. I created a new currency, kind of like Bitcoin or whatever currencies. I got one too. I've made one too. It's a currency and backed by the environment. How good the environment is. If our environment is in good shape, if we have good things in our environment that help life evolve and exist, help us live, then we can make more money. We can print money then. You can make $1. This dollar converts into another form of currency. It's backed by the environment. That's how we make money. Building houses and schools and feeding people and giving them medicine and helping people grow and evolve and develop. That's how we make money. Trickle up economics. It's based on that idea. It is based on trickle up economics. So it's a currency that exists within a trickle up economic system. Trickle up economics system. And it's also, I use capitalism because that's what America wants. America wants capitalism. I use that parameter. And it's a science council. So I use that parameter. People like science council. Look at our superhero movies where everybody's highly intelligent. Intelligence is a superpower. It's a divine power. So yeah, it's a science council made of cabinets. We have all of our scientists there making decisions on how we spend money, how we create money. If they approve a house, like we're going to approve, everybody gets a smart house. They're going to approve ones. This council is. And then we're going to make money, create new money. We're going to, create money to buy that house. And this money that we just created is backed by that house. It's backed by a house. And it's going to be even better because that human's going to get better and he's going to be even more valuable. That human's going to be very valuable that got that house. Now it's got a home and everybody in the world gets one. And we make so much money, it's ungodly. We start giving it all away. I mean, trillions and trillions and trillions and godzillions of dollars. And I call it the ECA, the Environment Creation Agency, which is what it is. We are creating an environment to support life. So it's the Environment Creation Agency, which is the top of the paradigm is environment. The big one, the big environment is the top of the paradigm. The biggest environment, the cosmos, is what it is the proper name for it. The cosmos. Or that's the best we have so far. And it starts on Earth. You see, I see patterns too. I have high pattern recognition abilities. I've had it probably since birth, but I started noticing it several years ago when I did some stimulants, did some drugs. Well, I started seeing the writing on the walls, and I started seeing magic. So now I know magic exists within the universe. I know how it exists. Yeah, they put shit there. Plus, I put shit there, and I seen it. Pattern recognition. Yeah, if you have good pattern recognition, you can do things. It's a special ability. So I have that in my. It's one of my abilities. I don't want to discuss it at this time, but yeah, because it's powerful. So now I have a problem, a bad problem. They have possession of my soul. They are in possession of my soul, and they are doing horrible things to it. I'm still in my soul. If it dies, I die. They can kill me. They can shove something in my soul or destroy its brain or whatever, and I'll die, or part of me will die. And it's probably gonna work out. I get stupid. I get brain dead. Probably stroke out. That's probably how it's gonna end. Probably either seizure or stroke. Probably stroke. Brain damage. Brain dead. So yeah, they stick shit in, and I feel it from up there. And they're trying to make a toy. They're applying technology to my upper level brain, and they're trying to go. They're going to try to cut part of it off and use it as a transplant to their own brain, or they're going to make a surrogate out of it, and they're going to try to run or use my brain to do the same things I do, which is create or gain my special abilities. On top of this, they're evil fucking people. They know it's torture. They know it hurts and it sucks losing body parts. They know it's a bad experience. And on top of that, they rub it in. They rub it in. They make foul body language, and then they berate me. They blame it on me. They victim shame me. They say, well, you committed a crime or you did something wrong. Trying to justify their criminal behavior against me. They're body snatchers. Call the cops if I've done something wrong. I did. I called them multiple times. There are police reports. Yeah, there are cases against you people in the third dimension. Yeah, it's like hauntings, a haunting by a living person haunting another person. So they use this technology to stalk people, to invade people's homes, invasion of privacy, to steal things like intellectual property. So invasion of privacy comes with dangers. These people can watch you from a remote location, no matter how far away they are, and watch you come and go from your home or your businesses or your cars, and put things in and they can see the future too. Yes, and they use this technology to contaminate food and water supplies. And they can also do this from the upper dimensions. So in the upper dimensions, there are contaminants that can be added to a person's food or water supply. They can kill you from the upper dimensions this way too. Yes, retards have access to alien technology on Earth, and it's breaking things. Many people are hurt. Many people are dying. Christianity is false. Christianity is false. Yeah, it's false. It's based on lies and myths, and you shouldn't enforce any of its. You shouldn't enforce it. You shouldn't even believe in it. You should never believe in anything. Understand it only. So it wasn't a martyrdom. They are stealing body parts. It's a body snatching torture event. He has an alien abduction. These other humans on Earth were already retarded before it started, gave themselves brain damage, went to heaven, and they're doing the same thing to other fucking humans, and they're playing God on us. So they get big too. They've gotten the size of the universe. They see everyone else on Earth as little Barbie dolls. And they cut our souls off of us, make little Barbie dolls out of it. They want one of me because I'm an author or creative. I'm highly intelligent. I'm extremely invaluable or extremely valuable. And throughout my life, I have been essential personnel to the government and other institutions legally. I was essential personnel in the third dimension. And it was classified. So not only did you invade my privacy, you invaded a classified setting as well. My place of employment, I did classified work for the government and the public and other institutions. Yeah, normal, everyday people, and they paparazzi me. All for paparazzi. Because it's paparazzi. Media and fucking other people. Paparazzi are the worst fucking personalities on the planet. They show up and shame someone that has done something great, became famous and rich, and they never leave them alone. And it turns into a fucking, if it wasn't policed, if we didn't police the paparazzi, they would murder our great people. Our essential personnel, our greats, and our greats, they would murder all these fucking people. The paparazzi would, and take their shit because they liked them so much, or everyone else in the world liked them so much, and they're getting away with it in the upper dimensions. They're getting away with this in outer space or in heaven. These are the goddamn paparazzi turned into body snatchers because now they want that too. After they done got everything else, I've done produced enough. They're at this stage of my life that they have gained something of value. Now they're going to off me. They're going to do away with all the evidence, destroy all the evidence, and take all of my shit and think that's good enough. We made some profit. I will never stop producing as long as I live. I will make the world a better place as long as I live. And I will gain even more intelligence and more knowledge and create more inventions and ideas to help the planet for as long as I live. I'm only 39 years old. And Christianity is a cover-up for what Scientology has been doing throughout time. We are Anunnakis. We are Anunnakis. Yeah, we are Anunnakis. And as a Anunnaki, I say never cut upon or cut off a soul ever in the existence of reality, ever. And if it is required, you won't know about it. Unless you are required, then you will know about it. And then it will be okay. But unless that is the truth, never ever do it. Ever in the history of existence. Ever cut off a soul. Ever. It's retarded. It's stupid. It can break the universe. It can hurt people. And that's what it's doing. And they're doing it every day, all the time, nonstop. As many people as they can. Oh, they're Scientologists.